The West's Awake was a poignant winner of the 2.5-mile novice chase at Punchestown yesterday. The John Magnierowned 6-year-old is trained by Edward O'Grady, whose wife Maria was tragically killed in a riding accident last Saturday. The West's Awake, who had won 2 of his previous 3 starts over fences, was a 161 shot to add to his tally, and while he was on the back foot rounding the home turn, he finished strongly after the final fence to claim victory in the hands of Andrew Lynch. O'Grady was not present, but his charge received a warm reception in the winner's enclosure. Lynch said, "I was talking to Mr. O'Grady the other day and he said, 'Carry on, and hope he might bring us a bit of luck.' He's done it well, and Mr. O'Grady wasn't sure whether he would handle the ground or not, but he picked up well. It's great that he's won, and hope that will give him O'Grady a bit of a lift." The Willie Mullins-trained Bon Papa made a successful chasing debut in the Download the Betdaq app beginners chase to complete a double for Barry Jarity and owner JP McManus and spark a double for his trainer. The field tightened up following the fall of front-running Avenir Duneville at the 7th, and, having looked in trouble briefly before the home turn, the French-bred network gelding was soon back tanking along and, taking command between the last 2 fences, drew clear to slam light that by 11 lengths. He was probably a fortuitous winner, suggested winning trainer Mullins. But he jumped well, and once further, the further he was going the better he was going today. So we'll step him up in trip. I'll talk to Frank Barry about plans, but he could go for the Grade 2 novice at Limerick over Christmas. The earlier 2-mile maiden hurdle produced a thrilling finish, with the Gavin Cromwell-trained Spades or Trumps getting up late under Barry Jarity to foil 411 favourite Paloma Blue by a head, with Athena similar distance away third. He jumped novice the first day, but he schooled well and progressed since Wexford, explained Gavin Cromwell, who trains the 4-year-old Yates gelding for JP McManus. I'll chat with the lads McManus and Frank Barry about where they want to go next with him. Jarity and McManus were narrowly denied a treble when the Paul Nolan-trained 94 favourite Fitzhenry made one bad mistake in the back straight, went down by a short head to 161 shot Flincini, ridden for Pat Cloak by JJ Slevin, in the 11:16 betdaqtips.com handicap chase. Later, Willie Mullins completed his double when Bang Bang Rosie, formerly with Colin McBradney and having his first run for the champion trainer, justified 118 favouritism in the bumper. John Coleman's 5-year-old stowaway mare scored emphatically by 6.5 lengths from Calico Jack. Mullins stated, "She's not the biggest, but she's brave, and I'm looking forward to going hurdling with her sooner rather than later." Deputizing for the suspended Sean Flanagan, Jonathan Moore recorded his first win since returning time to ride for Noel Meade when 74 favourite Minella Fair prevailed by a half-length over Darren Ross in the INH Stallion owner's maiden hurdle, which turned into a grueling test, over 2 miles and 6 furlongs. Meade commented, "He's a half-brother to Time for Rupert. He stays well, and the ground couldn't be soft enough for him. He fractured his pelvis when he won his bumper, so we had to forget about the spring. I waited for the ground in the trip, and he'll stay over hurdles this season, but he's really a staying chaser." The consistent Grace Mount, trained for the Kavanagh family by Sean Doyle in County Wexford, gained an overdue success when landing the Sign Up to Betdaq Today mare's handicap hurdle at the expense of Nara. Placed in 5 of her 6 previous attempts over timber, the 6-year-old travelled well for Mark Walsh and won, despite idling in front by a half-length, prompting her trainer to state, "We've been waiting a while for that. But she's a grand mare and was crying out for a trip. She stepped up today, and, although we had a good summer with her, she prefers this soft ground."